Public speaking. In many of us, just the thought of it sends shivers down our spine. But there are some crazy people out there who's grown to master it. And given that you clicked on this video, you probably want to become better at it yourself. Well, good thing that you're here, because Alfred's gonna share 3 of his best tips to make you up your public speaking game.
Here we go!
We are now doing the pre-production before I speak at the London Blockchain Conference. It's always great to be able to see like what the stage is going to look like. Look at how many people are going to be here. This looks pretty incredible. You are more likely to trust information from somebody that you know and that you like. So I make sure that the first kind of like 30%, 40% of the presentation is actually introducing the audience to who I am as an individual. We always talk about the fact that with marketing, with storytelling, with everything, we're always scaling trust. You have to win the trust of the audience for them to be able to actually action what it is that you do. But then how can they trust you if they don't know you, if they don't like you, and if they don't respect you, right? So I almost like use the first 30% of the presentation to win that trust. And then every information that I provide after that, you're not second guessing where it's coming from, what my intentions are, anything like that. Just having a lot of information, especially in this ChatGPT era, is not enough. What are your receipts? What are your credentials? What have you done?
Oh, sorry, you're back. I was just taking some notes. Although, when we think of the broader scope of public speaking, or talking to camera for that matter, why is it that we get nervous, or even outright terrified sometimes? Among fears in the adult population, public speaking is ranked higher than the fear of death. But there's actually some rationality behind this. When we were hanging out in caves a couple of thousand years ago, being judged or rejected by a group usually meant that you become lion food. And that's still deeply rooted in us today. Hence your palms get sweaty whenever you're about to give the quarterly report to your board. But thanks to a whole lot of smart people throughout history, we now live in buildings with AC, and that fear is something that we can overcome. But on the topic of stage fright, here's Alfred again with another quick tip on how he deals with it.
My coping mechanism so that I don't have like nerves coming through, almost like allow my nerves to like let loose before I get to the stage. A lot of people ask me about the hat. I think the hat is one of the things that gives me the ability to almost like play a role. It is still me, but I realize that the moment that I step on here, I'm a different person.
So yeah, obviously, you're gonna talk differently whenever you're having a presentation or talking to a camera than if you're just having a chat with a mate. So finding that something that helps you get into that character, just like Alfred has with his hat, can allow you to calm those nerves by essentially playing the public speaking version of yourself. Now, when I arrived at the conference where Alf was gonna have his talk, he dropped the great news that he had rewritten the entire thing just earlier that morning. Luckily, that brings us on to Alf's 3rd tip.
Never present anything where you didn't put the slides together.
I have this whole presentation planned to present to you today. And then I came yesterday and I started speaking to different people and seeing what challenges they were facing, what problems they needed solving, and how it could actually be of value. So I changed the whole thing, right? And this morning I came with new fresh slides and everybody had a panic attack. But I convinced them that it was still going to be relevant.
Why do I do that? Like, I've been to conferences where somebody's speaking in a lonely chamber and they're saying a lot of stuff that's great, but it's not really relevant to me. I always say that it's not about what you have to say or how smart you are. It's about whether people can understand and do something with what it is that you are saying.
But since you rewrote the entire thing this morning, maybe you should give you some time to...
No, I'm fine. The reason why I'm able to hop on a stage and present something that I just put together today is because it takes me a little bit longer to put the slides together because I'm rehearsing as I'm putting it together. When you look at the pres, it looks like it's just pictures, but I'm actually storyboarding it and making sure that from the start to the middle and the end, it all makes sense. And I think the thing that I like to do is make sure that people know that I don't just like say this, I've actually lived this, right? So when I talk about being a creator, I am a creator. When I talk about building a brand through community, we have done that, right? I do that now with Butterfly Effect. I do that with my personal brand. I do that with Gymshark. Everything that I talk about is things that I've done, which is why I say, if you ever want to be a speaker, focus on what you've done. Right? And if you don't have anything worth talking about, do more shit, right? Just do a lot of stuff, fail a lot, and go on stages and live to tell the tale. That's where the best speakers come from.
Now, if you're completely new to this, I suppose it doesn't hurt running through your talk a few times before you get up on stage or in front of the camera. But of course, as with anything, the more experience you get, the easier it will become. And as Alf said, it'll be a whole lot easier and more interesting if you talk about your experiences and your insights. People who sat in that audience or clicked on that video are probably there because they want to hear your thoughts. So tell them that. Thank you so much for watching. We're having so much fun making these videos for you, and we really hope that we'll be able to offer you an insight into a world that is usually not shown too much. So if you have aspects of what it takes to running a personal brand that you're specifically excited to learn more about, please let us know that down in the comments, and also share your experiences regarding public speaking down there as well. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video.